Hey there, it's Victoria McCooey back with day 7 of your 30-day challenge, 30 ways in 30 days to face divorce fearlessly. Day 7 is get in training. Diet. So there are going to be several parts to this get in training piece. Today's part is just the diet component. All right, now the last thing you want to think about when you're facing all of this fear around divorce is your diet. I know, but divorce is like a marathon. It is not a short sprint. It takes a really long time, longer than you think, and not just for the divorce to be final, but to get into the rhythm of creating that new life after. It's a big transition, and it's a long haul. So you've got to be an athlete. You've got to train like an athlete to be able to get through this really long, difficult period and come out ready to conquer the world, right? To hit the ground running when it's all over. So in order to do that, one of the first things you have to worry about is what you're putting in your body. So I work with my clients to keep track of what they're eating every day, and you can do that for yourself. You know, you can just write down every day what you're eating. I know I'm telling you to write down so many things, and if that doesn't work for you, you can just keep a mental note. But if you just start out writing it down, you'll start seeing that sometimes you're putting things in your mouth that you don't realize. If you could just make small shifts in a better direction, you're going to start feeling better, and that'll encourage you to keep going. So get the junk food out of the house, and are you self-medicating? Are you drinking half a bottle of wine at night? That is really going to make you sluggish and not able to focus and feel worse the next day. So you need to really cut that out. Not completely. Go out with your friends, have a drink now and then, but don't sit in front of Netflix and drink wine all night. It's not your friend. And then there's some people who have the other extreme. They stop eating. They start losing a ton of weight, and they don't have the energy they need. Weight is such an important component when you're going through something so stressful. So there's this nutritionist. Her name is JJ Virgin. You might have heard of the Virgin Diet. That's hers. She tells the story about when she was about to launch her book. I don't know if it was her first book, one of her diet books, and she had invested all of her royalties into it. She had invested all of their life savings into it, and everything was on the line. The book launch, the tour, all of that was on the line, and right before it was launching, her son was in a terrible accident, and she had to be in the hospital 24/7, taking care of him, a life-threatening injury, and she was spread so thin. She had to be at her best to go on this book tour. She had to be at his side around the clock. And she knew, as a nutritionist, she had to really watch what she was putting in her body. And she tells the story of how she enlisted friends to come to the hospital to deliver good, nutritious whole foods to her, taking all of her supplements and whatnot, running up and down the hospital stairs for exercise. Exercise we'll get to later. But so important. You have, not only does food keep you from having too much stress, it also keeps you functioning at a higher level. It's not just undoing the bad, it's making you function at a higher level, and you need to be functioning at your very tip-top level right now. So look into what works for your body. You know what works, what doesn't by now. You know what you need to stay away from if you're going to really feel good. You know what foods you have intolerances to, or what makes you feel sluggish, what gives you bloating or discomfort after eating. Really, really try hard to stay away from all of those things, even if it's what you're craving, even if it's comfort food, even if it's the junk that you think you deserve because you're going through something so terrible. Do yourself a favor, look at the bigger picture. The better you feel, the better you're going to be able to handle all this. And it's not the rest of your life, it's a finite amount of time. So get into training like an athlete would. All right, that's your day 7, and I can't wait to see you for your day 8 video.